A galaxy in transition, the fall of an empire, the rise of uncertainty, the galactic empire is no more. The Emperor defeated, Darth Vader, gone. The second Death Star, a smoldering wreck in the sky above a jubilant forest moon. Across the galaxy celebrations erupted, the reign of fear was over. The rebellion, now the New Republic, had triumphed. Hope, once a flickering candle, blazed brightly once more. But amidst the victory, anxieties lingered. The Empire's grip on the galaxy, though broken, had been strong. Decades of oppression had left scars. Systems remained divided, loyalties uncertain. Reconstruction would be long. The New Republic, young and untested, faced monumental challenges. Whispers from the unknown, a new darkness stirs. In the far reaches of the galaxy, beyond the borders of known space, an ominous presence begins to awaken. It is a presence that has been dormant for centuries, waiting for the right moment to emerge from the shadows. Deep within the uncharted territories of the unknown regions, a new evil was brewing. These regions, shrouded in mystery and largely unexplored, have always been a source of fear and speculation. Now they are becoming the birthplace of a new threat, one that could change the fate of the galaxy forever. It did not resemble the Empire, with its legions of stormtroopers and imposing star destroyers. This new menace was different, more elusive. It moved in the shadows, unseen and unheard, yet its presence was felt by those attuned to the Force. The darkness was spreading, and it was only a matter of time before it revealed itself. This threat was more insidious, more ethereal. It was not bound by the physical constraints of armies and fleets. Instead, it thrived on fear and uncertainty, feeding off the negative emotions that it stirred in the hearts of beings across the galaxy. It was a darkness that could not be easily fought or defeated. It whispered through the Force, a chilling premonition of impending doom. Those sensitive to the Force could hear it, a constant murmur at the edge of their consciousness. It spoke of chaos and destruction, of a future where the light would be extinguished and the galaxy would be plunged into eternal darkness. Rumors spread of strange rituals and ancient artifacts, of beings consumed by an insatiable hunger for power. These artifacts, relics of a bygone era, were said to hold immense power, capable of bending the very fabric of reality. The beings who sought them were driven by a desire to harness this power, to use it for their own nefarious purposes. They called themselves the Disciples of the Shadow, and their whispers spoke of ambitions far grander than mere galactic conquest. They sought to reshape the galaxy in their own image, to create a new order where they would reign supreme. Their plans were shrouded in secrecy, known only to a select few. They sought to bend the Force to their will, to reshape it in their own twisted image. The Force, a mystical energy that binds the galaxy together, was their ultimate target. They believed that by controlling it, they could control everything. Their experiments were dangerous and unpredictable, often resulting in catastrophic consequences.
Their agents, corrupted by the dark side, infiltrated the fringes of known space. These agents were masters of deception, able to blend in seamlessly with the populations they were sent to corrupt. They spread lies and sowed discord, turning allies against each other and creating chaos wherever they went. They sowed discord among vulnerable worlds, exploiting old grudges and igniting new conflicts. These worlds, already struggling with their own issues, were easy targets for the Disciples of the Shadow. The conflicts they ignited spread like wildfire, engulfing entire systems in war and strife. Their aim was to weaken the galaxy, to make it ripe for the taking. By creating chaos and division, they hoped to make the galaxy more susceptible to their influence. They believed that a divided galaxy would be easier to conquer, and they were willing to do whatever it took to achieve their goals.
The New Republic, preoccupied with its own internal struggles, remained largely unaware of this growing menace. The leaders of the New Republic were focused on rebuilding and maintaining order, unaware of the dark forces gathering in the shadows. Their attention was diverted, leaving the galaxy vulnerable to the Disciples of the Shadow. But in the depths of space, on forgotten planets and remote outposts, a new generation of heroes would rise to face this emerging darkness. These heroes, driven by a sense of duty and a desire to protect the galaxy, would stand against the Disciples of the Shadow. They would face unimaginable challenges and make great sacrifices, but they would not falter. The fate of the galaxy rested in their hands, and they were ready to fight for its future. A new hope awakens, discovering the force within. Across the galaxy, scattered by fate and circumstance, a group of young individuals began to experience unusual phenomena. These were not just random occurrences but signs of something much deeper, something that connected them all, a sudden surge of strength when lifting a fallen comrade. It was as if an invisible force was guiding their actions, giving them abilities they never knew they had, an uncanny knack for predicting their opponent's next move. This newfound intuition was more than just a lucky guess, it was a glimpse into a power that lay dormant within them, a feeling of connectedness to something far greater than themselves. They could sense the life force around them, the energy that flowed through all living things. They were force-sensitive, touched by the mystical energy field that permeated the galaxy. This force was ancient, powerful, and it had chosen them for a reason. Each possessed unique abilities and talents, raw and untrained, but brimming with potential. They were like uncut gems, waiting to be polished and shaped by the trials ahead.
There was Kira, a quick-witted street urchin with a natural affinity for telekinesis. She could move objects with her mind, a skill that made her both feared and admired in the alleys she called home. Jax, a farm boy with surprising strength and a deep connection to living things. His bond with the animals and plants around him was more than just a farmer's touch. It was a manifestation of the Force. Lena, a quiet scholar who could sense emotions from afar. Her empathy was so profound that she could feel the joy, sorrow, and fear of those around her, making her a beacon of comfort and understanding. And Tam, a former child soldier haunted by his past, yet yearning for redemption. His experiences had hardened him, but the Force offered him a chance to heal and find a new purpose.
Their lives, ordinary until now, were about to change forever. The Force had awakened within them, setting them on a path that would lead them to each other and to their destinies. Drawn by the Force, their paths were converging. They felt an inexplicable pull towards one another, a magnetic force that would bring them together despite the vast distances that separated them. Destiny had a plan for them, a purpose that would test their limits, forge unbreakable bonds, and force them to confront their deepest fears. They would have to rely on each other, trust in their newfound abilities, and face challenges that would push them to their breaking points. The fate of the galaxy, unknowingly, rested on their young shoulders. They were the new hope, the next generation of heroes who would rise to meet the challenges of their time, guided by the Force within. Section 4, The Jedi Path, Trials and Tribulations of Young Padawans. Their journey led them to a secluded world, strong with the Force. Here, amidst ancient ruins and whispering trees, they found a hidden Jedi temple. It was a place of peace, of learning, of self-discovery. It was here they would begin their training.
They met Master Sabatine, a wise and seasoned Jedi Master who had survived the horrors of the Clone Wars and the Empire's purge. Scarred but not broken, she carried the legacy of the Jedi Order, a beacon of hope in a galaxy shrouded in darkness.
Master Sabatine saw their potential but also their flaws, their impatience, their fear, their anger. She knew the path ahead would be arduous, fraught with danger and temptation. The dark side was always lurking, whispering promises of power and vengeance. To resist its allure, they would need discipline, focus, and above all, faith in themselves and in the Force. Section 5. The Power of Mentorship, Guiding Lights in the Darkness. In the vast expanse of the galaxy, where darkness often looms and uncertainty prevails, the role of a mentor becomes a beacon of hope, a guiding light that not only illuminates the path but also instills courage and wisdom in those who follow. Master Sabatine became their guide, their mentor, their protector. She was more than just a teacher, she was a guardian of their potential, a nurturer of their spirits. Her presence was a constant reminder that they were not alone in their journey. She taught them the ancient ways of the Jedi, the importance of balance, of selflessness, of using their power for good. Her lessons were not just about the physical aspects of being a Jedi, but delved deep into the philosophical and ethical dimensions. She emphasized that true strength lay not in domination, but in understanding and compassion.
Under her tutelage, they began to hone their abilities, to control their emotions, to understand the true nature of the Force. They practiced tirelessly, learning to channel their energy, to focus their minds, and to remain calm even in the face of adversity. Meditation became a daily ritual, a time for reflection and inner peace. She shared tales of the Jedi Order's past, its triumphs and its failures. These stories were not just history lessons but moral compasses, guiding them on what it truly meant to be a Jedi. They learned about the great battles fought, the sacrifices made, and the enduring spirit of the Jedi Order. She spoke of legendary Jedi Knights, their courage and wisdom, but also their mistakes and the consequences of their actions. These tales served as both inspiration and cautionary tales, reminding the young learners that even the greatest heroes were fallible and that their choices had far-reaching consequences.
The young Force users learned that being a Jedi was not just about wielding a lightsaber or moving objects with their minds, it was a way of life, a commitment to a higher purpose. They discovered that their powers were tools to be used wisely, with responsibility and care. It was about serving a greater purpose, about protecting the innocent, about fighting for justice and peace. They were taught that their abilities were meant to be in service of others, to bring light to the darkest corners of the galaxy.
Master Sabatine emphasized the importance of patience, of discipline, of understanding the consequences of their actions. She instilled in them the virtues of humility and perseverance, teaching them that true mastery came from within. She warned them of the seductive nature of the dark side, how it whispered promises of power and control, but ultimately led to suffering and destruction. Her warnings were stern, but they came from a place of deep care and concern for their well-being.
Through rigorous training and constant guidance, the young Force users began to mature. They grew not just in skill, but in wisdom and understanding. Each lesson, each challenge, was a step towards becoming true Jedi. They learned to control their powers, to work together, to rely on each other. Team-building exercises and joint training sessions fostered a sense of unity and camaraderie. They began to see each other not just as fellow students but as brothers and sisters in the Force. They were no longer just individuals touched by the Force, but a team, a family, bound together by a shared destiny. Their bond was their strength, and together they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, guided by